Okay, now we have a drawing here that tells us where this lid stay goes. Okay, for this dimension right here is 3 3/4. Now you have to add a 1/16 because this measurement is from the center of the pin in the hinge. Right here is the pin for the hinge right there. Okay, you have to measure from the hinge center to a point up here on the lid. So we're going to have to draw a line 3 3/4 plus 1/16. So I've already got a line, already got a mark here. Okay, that mark is right here. If I can get a little bit closer. Okay, now I've got to make a line with my square because I've got to also take into account the offset of the lid stay. So I'm going to set my square here like this. Make a line. And remember to take into account that the thickness of this pencil also must be considered. The thickness of the pencil lead. Okay, so this lid stay is going to go like this, approximately here. Something like that. All right. Now we have to measure this, the width of this from this point. Let's see if I can get a better picture here. From this point, see, to this point. From here to here. Okay, and that is 1.5 inches. Just confirm that. Yeah, it's 1.5 inches. So half of that is 3/4. So we'll lay that out. Make a mark. All right, and then the distance from the center of this hole to here is 1/4 inch. So we're going to have to do that, measure there, make a mark. Okay, that marks the center of the hole. And then take your square and make some lines here. Okay, now the beginning point of this whole lid stay is going to be the distance from this bracket right here, to this piece of metal here, this long, thin piece of metal. So in other words, your lid stay is going to be here. This will be in here. It'll be something like this. Well, this is going to have to be at an angle, if I can zoom out here. It's going to have to be at an angle something like the picture. Something like that. So we're going to have to measure where this is going to be. The distance from this surface right here to this piece right here is to the outer edge, it's 1/4 of an inch. So also this area here has an offset. We'll measure that. It's 1/4 inch plus a 32nd. We need to mark that on this area here. Okay. Now make another mark so that I can draw a line between them. Okay, I needed to measure from this surface right here, because this will be the edge of the box, to the screw hole. And it varies somewhat because this part right here does move some. It's not tight. It's hard to see, but it does move some. So I had to sort of come up with a compromise. And that distance from this surface right here to the screw hole is about 9/16. So I measured from this point right here. If you can see this, this is the edge of the box right here. This line right here. And I had to measure from this line, the edge of the box, to the screw hole. Okay, now we have to take this apart. Make sure you put your parts in order. We're going to have this knob first. Lay it aside and lay all the parts in order. You're going to have this copper thing here. It's very thin. It's less than a 32nd of an inch thick. Just sheet metal. That's next. Then you're going to have this washer. It's got a star shape in the middle of it, plus a nylon washer on the back. And then another nylon washer, this one. And notice that it has an accommodation for this slot right here. It's going to fit in this slot. So that goes next. And you make sure that this accommodation for the slot is up, pointing up, like this orientation. Now, according to our drawing, we've got to draw a line 1 1/16 down from, we got to make a mark 1 1/16 down from the edge up here of the box. So I've done that. We'll look at that. Okay, here's the mark I made. And we've got to measure how far it is for the screw holes. And they are from the center of this bracket to the screw hole. That's about 9/16. I know of only one way to drill this hole. You're going to have one of these attachments, or to have a drill that is has a 90-degree head on it. So we're going to have to, first of all, take our punch. Go ahead and make a punch mark. And then drill the hole. Okay, again, we're going to take one of these 1/2-inch screws, like that. And we're going to have to take your utility knife, because this is melamine, and it does raise up a portion of the melamine, so we're going to have to trim that off. Okay, then take your screw, start it. Take a little candle like this, put it on the threads like that, and then start your screw. Make sure you get your screw started straight.